No. What are you looking for? Oh, his sunlight? Hmm? He's hitting this. No. Later on. Okay. Good morning, Jim. Not interested in it? No, it's not part of my plan today, so no, it's not. Not today. Not a fan of the area. That kind of trade. Might work out, I mean. I'm more interested in a reclaim of 77 than I am a cluster of lows here. So no, not necessarily. Where was the open? What? Huh? If it's out, then no. Sorry. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hey, good morning, man. How you doing? Fung fung. Looks like it's just Consolidating, man. It's more bullish than anything, but we'll wait for see if they can reclaim. I'll be right back. All right. It might be a open auction day. We'll see. We're still holding the 70s. That's the thing. Is like that's the neckline on the S&P. But just, I think the Nasdaq's just having a day. It's a negative delta right now. More headlines that I ran. Wow. As oil prices rise after reports of Iranian commercial ships in Strait of Hormuz. Oracle stock, I am bearish today. Why are you bearish today? I guess we can do that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, semis gap down massive. They gap down below Friday too. SOX ETF. Get the SOX ETF here. Gapping below Friday's close. Oh, probably. Yeah, all the chips are gapping down. Everything's green except for chips, pretty much. On the Nasdaq. Bless you. Yeah, everything's green except for the chips. I mean, industrials too. But why are you bearish today, Mr. Waddy? I don't know what to call your name. 498. On the Dow, it's just Nvidia and Caterpillar. Ah. Because of delta? What delta? Like the net delta, negative, cumulative delta? Or what is it? The cumulative delta. Okay, cool. Ugh. We're right at the put wall. The tape is really slow. I don't think it's gonna bounce because there's no real activity. It just wants to grind down. Put walls at what, 6-7? 5-6-7, yeah. Somewhere in that area. There's the overnight low at 63. We're a few points away. A value high. Quarterly composite. Wow, that's a really high time frame. Nice. No, you know what? Can you stop it? I think it's in Ezra's room. His alarm. All right, let's see. So these are going to be the areas that we're interested in later as we come down. We got the 76s. It would be nice if they can reclaim here. So if they test, they're probably right now below 64s. What I want to see is a bounce here meaningfully. I don't want it to hold below 61, so I can't see it hold below this. All right, see, I don't want to see it hold below that. I want to see it reclaim 76 from here. We'll see if it does that. If not, then I have 554 below that. So essentially right here where we're at, I want to see a bounce, can come in and hold above this area. And then we'll talk about a oh shoot. Yeah. Failed breakdown of the overnight low and the well, we'll see if it holds the put wall or not. But that's what that noise is. Tape's waking up a little bit. A little faster than earlier. If it holds or not. Hi. Got a few people. Got some boats coming in. Nice. Bear. 3 boats. Nice. The journal today says it's potentially an open auction. We'll see. You need the light on? Oh, I got it. Oh, it is working. Okay. Currently waiting to see if the reclaim of the 776 takes place. Otherwise, we'll be waiting for 554 just below. B sub. What's up? I've never heard of B sub. What's up? A sub. Mr. Fatty Fat or Fat? I don't know, Fat. Mr. Fat. Let's just say Fat. Welcome, man. How you doing? I mean, that's a decent area. I do like that. But no, not necessarily. I won't be taking along here. I gotta see a reclaim the 74s at least. The 574 area. But this is in a spot where it should bounce. I think this is an area where if it doesn't hold, we're gonna dip about 20 points minimum from this area. So like if we maintain below it, I think there's a higher chance of selling from here than it is bouncing from here, is what I'm saying. But I'm not looking for a long yet. Either reclaims a little higher or it dips a little lower to the 50s. I like the 50s for a long. But yeah, that's a good question actually. You need something? Oh. I gotta check on which. What's that? That's the one you've been using, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Control. Shift. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's a little bit of dipper. I think a lot of the weakness is coming from that chip sector. 2 TPO letter block up size above. Power value low. Where's yours at right now? Because I have one. Well, I guess I should look at my profile because I have one right here too. Mine's a composite, so I don't have one. Are you talking about the ETH one, the full session, or the like overnight session, or are you talking about the RTH? Because I only look at the RTH profiles. Full day? Yeah, I don't have a full day, sorry. I think I have a full session. It's 65s. Is that right? I have I have the number on my chart, but I don't really have it. But I don't know if that lines up perfectly. Is it 65? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I thought of that through. Oh yeah, for your notes, huh? Your finger doesn't feel the same, huh? What's like the stylus? Yeah. I also look at RTH. Oh, cool. Oh, good eye. Yeah, it seems like it's pushing here above 65. So I'm not gonna be taking it, but it certainly looks like it's trying to put on a reclaim. I just don't see the structure that's ready for the NASDAQ. We'll see if it shifts or not. Yeah, like I like the zone, but I just don't the laggard, you know, the one that's the reason we're kind of drifting lower is the NASDAQ, and it's not doing too hot. I don't really feel convinced on it yet. This is but then again, like I've been wrong on this before. I think last week on Tuesday, I didn't take a long because the NASDAQ was doing something similar to this, and I missed the entry because of that. So it might be the same thing today, who knows. Either way, I like longs again above 76 or down at 54s. So either 10 points above or 10 points below, more or less, is where I'm interested. Not really here. 10 up, 10 down is where I'm at. I don't see any structural area here that I'd want to be long on. I guess the value high is one. You're not wrong. That's a good area. The prior month one. You know, this area right here, if we can bounce, come back in, hold, it's a good long. You know, I wouldn't disagree with that one. Gotta change those hotkeys, man. It's not gonna work out. Yeah, so now for chilling for now. Please don't me. Well, cool, man. What do you use to trade, Mr. Fad? I see you're referencing TPOs. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Forgot this. $900 lots right there at the low. 1,000 lots. Oh my, oh my. What is that? Okay, nice. Reclaims, failed auctions, breakouts from prior day profile. Are you looking at the full session for that, or are you looking just at the RTH for that, or a combination of both when you're looking for those reclaims or auctions or breakouts? A 1,000 lots just filled right there at the low. I don't know if it's a stop loss or... $500 lots, passive buyers, no way. Full session with volume profile as well. No, okay. I have volume profile too, side by side. I put more emphasis on the volume than I do, but sometimes combined. $560 lots of passive buyers. Okay. FHF 560s. Oh, that's what you meant. Monthly 560 lots. Okay, passive buyers. Gotcha. There's an offer right there loading, but yeah. See those passive bids hold it or not. You prefer only RTH? Yeah. I had a full session for a while, but it was confusing me a lot. The poor structures that sometimes occur during RTH, they were getting filled by the ETH. So then my assumption was like the poor profile is fixed or repaired already from the RTH session from the regular trading hours. But most times we would come back and fill them again. So I couldn't keep track of the poor structure very well, having both of them open all the time. Because I would split them. I would do a split between overnight and regular trading hours. So I would have 2 profiles for one session. But I was losing track of the poor structure. It was getting a little hard, and then I didn't feel like the overnight session profiles were respected very well. So I just started only pulling RTH only. And here's 50s. Well, another 400 lots. Look at that. Where's his name? What do you have, bro? Mr. 48. Where's his name? 498. He said, I am short bearish today at the open. Good job, man. Coming back to the prior day lows right here at 52. If they tap it. So I like longs here if it does tap into this area. Time is at 7:12. Damn, time's flying by. Let's see if they do a failed breakdown of this 7552 prior day low. So both volume and TPO are all TH only. Yeah, at least the ones that I have on the art. Let me see. This one right here. So the ones I have open here, I have another one above the screen. You can't see it, but yeah, these are just only RTH. Again, it doesn't mean I'm right. You know, just the information that I pull from the profiles, I just found it to be cleaner to have only the RTH session open. Because I don't use them for like shorter time frame analysis, more so for a higher time frame view. If you're using them for like breakouts and reclaims of stuff, then I think that having them compile like you might be more appropriate. It just depends on how you use them, right? And then I also do a composite, so I do compile them over time. So for example, like I have these bigger profiles you see. I've compiled them, right? So these are 4 sessions here compiled. This is about 4 sessions compiled and so on. I will also do a composite over time just to see where price is respecting that composite, right? If we had a big range, I like to put it as a composite because then I can see if price is holding above the breakout or the range, or it's retesting or accepting back within if we had a breakout. What about combining RTH with London? I haven't done that, so I wouldn't be able to say. I haven't done that. But my question is, why London only? Not to say that doing London only is wrong, but I'm just curious why London? Can't do that in TradingView? Oh, okay. Well, you know what I will say is I've seen that TradingView's volume profiles are not accurate. They're not accurate. Back to 60s now. Oh. Seems reasonable that we retest overnight low for sure. The 46s. This is the other low from. See if they can reclaim 52s. I'll try it here. Yeah, trading views, you can take data. Yeah. Yeah. They're not using volume, they're using tick. That's correct. We can reclaim here 52s. I like the reclaim of 52s here for a retest of 60, 63, and then if it holds for VWAPs at 70s. Yeah, it's not the most accurate. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not gonna make or break anything. I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty close. But more or less, it is. I wouldn't say like it's gonna make or break your strategy or anything like that. I don't think the discrepancy is that large. But I've compared the volume profile to both, and it's not the same. Is it that? No, I think I just answered that question. You need something? Oh, where are they? Yeah, used to using it. It's a few points difference, like FH said. It's not like a huge issue or a big discrepancy. It just depends, you know, if it makes a difference to your strategy or not, which I don't think personally it might. If precision of data was very, very important, then maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, like that. Like exactly. It's like a variance like that, like a 5-point variance or so. It'll depend also on how much volume filled that day. So like because Sierra is actually compiling true volume, and then trading views doing tick. It also depends on how much volume filled that day. So, but there are very rare days where volume fills excessively or by a large margin. So it's hard to say as well. No, they don't happen that often. So yeah, the compiling of profiles is really beneficial. I think it really gives some good context. If you're able to compile them on a higher time frame. Like on this one, I don't have them compiled, but on the chart that I do look at, because it's right above my screen, I have them compiled. It helps me kind of keep track of the auctions, right? Like is price revert accepting back within a prior auction, like it is right now, right? So as an example, is price accepting back within this area here, this prior auction, and currently it is. So it has to break out in order to be able to have momentum to continue higher. Otherwise, it's just gonna, if it comes into this wall right here at 65 through 70, which is where VWAP is, comes in there, and it's likely, and it rejects, it's likely just to finish testing the low end of the auction, which is just 520s. Just depends right now what they do. If they do bounce here, that would tell me everything as far as like what can happen after. There's a reclaim 52s. Time is at 720. I'll try it here on the reclaim. Stop will go at the low for now, and then we're gonna look for a retest of the overnight low area. Let's see, go from there. Oops, wrong one. See if they test VWAP or just about. I don't really like this for a full-blown long. I don't really trust them because of the Nasdaq's weakness. But this was the plan, right? Is to get long this failed breakdown or reclaim area. It's right here. So ES 54 bail breakdown. We'll see if it holds. Oh my journal. We'll see if it ends up working out. The idea was for it to come back in, break below into 48, went a little bit past that, but not consolidate below 38. So it didn't consolidate below 38, so I like it. And then a reclaim of 52 to 54 is the long area for me. So See if it plays out or not. So far, it bounced and didn't hold so far. Or it held the low, but we'll see if it holds the low exactly. Yeah, where's the Nasdaq at? It's still fading. Look at this thing. Mag 7 also went red. That's not good. This is looking like it's gonna do a continuation like lower, because into the 20s, because it's also failing to hold the priority low by 5.2s right there. We'll see if it holds or not, but the Mag 7 just went red and bounced a little bit. So right now, it's the chips that are down the most. Mag 7 is teetering between positive and negative, and then all the value names are green. Yeah, they couldn't hold the priority low. They came right into it and then rejected. Now back lower. Oh, there's my stop. IB is about to be sent like 4 minutes, and it certainly does not look like it's gonna be a push-up day. Reversal, at least. Yeah, the NQ is just in a parabolic leg down. It's SOX is down 6%, almost 7%. The semiconductor sector. Okay, they're holding right now, that 38 area. See if they reclaim 46s. I'll try it one more time. A lot of selling today, though. If you look at all the market depth here, the tons, 900, 900. I don't know if it's true selling or if it's just capitulation. The profile doesn't show a capitulation yet. It would be a B profile, but it's definitely a lot of volume. Look at that. More massive volume filled here. 500 lots. The notional between all of this is close to $1 billion, if not already over $1 billion in notional value. I'll take it if it reclaims that 46 neckline area. I'll try it again. Same stop, like 38. But we'll see. But IB's about to be set in like 1 minute. So if it holds that 46s into the last minute here, it'll be decent. Pretty weak tape still. Like 3 seconds. Let's see if it reclaims. No, I'm not gonna take that. No, this thing. I think today's one of those days where it's just gonna sell off the first half of the day, and then near the second half, maybe we get a bounce. I don't know. Get a small term bounce, see what they do at the prior day low here. But overall, it looks like one of those days where the 4-hour candle just ends up being one big red candle the first 4 hours of the day, and then the second day we do a little bounce, something like that. That's what it kind of looks like right now. Those happen quite often, but we'll see. We're very far away from all the standard deviation bands on the S&P, so very strong trend down, and the NQ the same. So relief bounce would not be surprising. Today so far looks like this day. We had like a series of like consolidations, lower, consolidation, lower, consolidation, lower. On that day, I forgot what day it was. It was last week. Pretty split votes, not much votes, but pretty split votes. So far, it looks like a failed breakout. Here's the breakout. This is the failure spot. Hold below 65s. And we should test 20s if that's the case. About right here. It's just that the way this is extended down, I'm not a fan of. But yeah, it's really extended from VWAP. We had a pretty strong move off the open already. Trying to short here, it can work, but the thing is you're so far away from the mean, the VWAP. Yeah, on a higher time frame, this is looking like a failed breakout so far. The breakout was the over 70s, and it failed, unfortunately. There's the IB getting taken. And Q going lower. Not much volume trading below the IB. This could be a failed breakdown of the IB here. I'll give it some time, but it could be a failed breakdown of the IB. You're gonna see the NQ get a bounce though. That thing is not moving. Look at this. We'll keep an eye on the NQ. When you have these stretch stays down and you get a failed breakdown of the IB, it's usually a pretty good reversion trade, but we'll see if it ends up playing out. There's no volume, which is the good indication for a failed breakdown. Okay, I'll bid. It seems very, very, very... It's not enough volume below it. It's only probing by a few ticks. Get some more. See if they fill me on it. There you go. And I need to add another. It's gonna fill me. Yeah, the same. Okay. We'll take it for the par day low. The majority of it right here. Okay. So the stop is going to be a very hard manual stop if it just ends up breaking lower on volume. For now, I don't know where to put the stop. There's no structure for me, at least yet. So I'll keep it, target the priority low for a retest. Taking along here on the failed breakdown of the IB low at 539. We'll be targeting PDL at 552. And runner for overnight low at 663. The idea here is a failed breakdown of the IB. We'll see if they do it. Because overall volume's low, but there's no deviation away from this area. They're just holding right at the level. And Q's holding the IB so far. The Dow is the one that's fading out. That's the problem right now. But the Dow is the one that's actually going a little lower. Nasdaq's recovering just a tad, but it's nothing significant or noteworthy. It's like here's the IB, and the NQ is just hovering right over it. Needs to hold. Still no momentum to the upside. I would have loved to have seen an impulse already to 46s. But it's no impulse yet at all. Still nothing. Very, 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 very weak. He's just like every micro bounce. There's absolutely no bounce at all. This is really bad. My oh my. I'll probably cut this really quick here. I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be a reaction, but there's no bid at all. Yeah, this is not looking pretty at all. Now it's holding below the IB. And Q's not going down. Here's the and Q is also breaking down below the IB. Yeah, this is not going for it. No good. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this pretty soon here. I don't really have a hard stop area because I don't have any structure below me. But this is coming straight to 20s. Terrible, 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 terrible. Yeah, it's below my line on the sand too, so I have to cut this trade if it doesn't reclaim it. That red line right there is my line on the sand, meaning any hold below that area, I do not want to be long until we go way lower. So I'm giving it some grace here to see if it reclaims, but otherwise this is not looking good at all. We touched the prior week's ABU up. Oh, I mean, I don't look at them, so I don't know how those work, or like what the hit rate of those holding is, but good to know. Still weak. Dang, they keep slapping it. And they tries to reclimb, but they keep hitting it. The momentum is still very slow to the upside. There's no bids, bro. Because we get like a what 3-4 point bounce and no reclaim, no push. Let it go. Here's another test of 36. And it fades again. It keeps doing that. Test of 36. So it needs to reclaim this area right here. Reclaim. Keeps fading out when it tests 36s, which is the line of the sand area. Got to hold, and then maybe we'll test 46s if it holds. This can reclaim above the IB and hold, and I'll put my stop right there below this low right here, where it is. This is a very awkward tape. Very flimsy. You can see how it just goes and then it retraces, goes and then it retraces. There's gonna come a time where it goes and someone's gonna hit it hard. And that'll be my concern, is when this tape pushes aggressively to one direction and then sellers will be waiting on the other side probably. Alright, so now that low is made, I will put my stop there. I'll put my stop below that and then see if they target that priority low, which is what, 552? This is technically, potentially, we'll see if it's a failed breakdown here of the IB. The IBL failed breakdown. We'll see if it holds or not. Oh, I need to put the other one. Shoot. Well, we'll see if it holds. I mean, right now it still looks weak, honestly. I'll see. This doesn't have high conviction, so I'm really a fan of it at all. I'll hold a trade, but I personally, I just do not see high conviction in this setup. The tape is just very slow. I mean, typically the reclaims of failed breakdowns of IBs are typically very messy. They're low volume reclaims. So this is not abnormal, but at the same time, there's no push. There's no effort to push away back into the Valerie low at 43. Which at minimum, that's what I'd like to see, is them to at least try to push into it and hold. But we'll see. We will see. We're just forming consolidation below the prior day low so far. This is the prior day low. And all we've done is just mainly trade below it. We haven't really reclaimed. We've only been able to test it once. My assumption is we get at least one more test of it to see what they do. But I don't know. There's no push. I might not test it. That's why I'm targeting the 50s, because my assumption is if we hold the IB, this area, the IB low, then the main target bulls want to aim for is the prior day low, and see if they can somehow hold and break out past the prior day low. But so far they haven't done that. But the main target is the prior day low. It's the most reasonable structural area to target. And then after that, it's the VWAP if they want to go that high. Oh, stretch, man. I feel fucking. The first standard deviation on this is let's see here. It's a 49, so I might target the 49s here for some of the position as we push up here. I'm right at 50, but I want to make sure I get some off the table. Hey, wait a minute. Why are the drawings on here? Alright, drawings. Both. There you go. Much better. Still pretty weak tape, honestly. They're pushing, but and not look good. Not look good. That'll be, if they take 7, I'll have 3 lots, which I will hold the 3 lots and trim them individually depending on what happens at the 50s. The 50s are a big spot because it is the priority low. Right here. I'll trim some off here at 50s. Right around this area, and then see what they do from here. They either continue or they reject and we come back lower. Oh, not sure. We'll find out once we react there. If they come back into it. This is boring, guys. This is very slow action, dude. Very fucking slow. It's so annoying. The volatility, where's the VIX at? I think it's pretty low. That's another reason why. Let's see where the VIX is. Where's the VIX? VIX is at 16. 16 and a quarter, give or take. Yeah. Where's the NASDAQ at? Let's see. Still holding IB. Just barely. I might need to take it here at 46. It keeps struggling right at 46s, which sucks, but it is what it is. I think Yankee's getting a bid here again. Not really. The Dow is now fading. Now the YM is the one that's weaker. Where's the sector at? It's doing okay. Yeah, more weakness. The point of control shifted lower to 39s. That is not good. The probability of reversal now, given that happened, is not a good sign at all. We're now accepting lower prices below a high volume node from the balance area before. So this to me is telling me we're going to go way lower. So like this is the value area. Point of control is below it. Below this area. Which is the balance area from last week. This is telling me we want to go lower. Probably to 20s. Because the point of control just turned red, just showed up right here at the 30s right now. Well, still holding the trade. I mean, I'm gonna hold it until it stops me out, or I hit some of that TP area. I might have to drag it down to 47s, 40-ish. We'll see what happens, but that might have to happen, which is fine. But so that structure breaks, I'll hold it. Oh man, this is such a boring ass day, dude. Even if you're short, still like at this point, it hasn't gone anywhere the last half hour. I had the trend early in the morning for like an hour, and then now it's just consolidated. Alright, I'm gonna do something else. This is boring as shit. I can't just be staring at this. Get something else going on. Let's see here. An alert here if it attacks this area. I'm not gonna watch this anymore, honestly. Just let it do its thing and see what it shakes up. But I'm just set an alert and do something else because this is a waste of my time to be staring at this. Well, it's still haven't held or broken out, but overall, it's still very, very, very weak auction, honestly. I likely get stopped out, but we'll see. What's in a reclaim breaks again, just looking for a retest of the parity low. I don't know if they even have the balls to do it. Seems like it's a very weak counter auction today. Back to the IB. It's done the same rotation already. See if it holds or not this time. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Volume is just non-existent. Look at this tape. No volume filling. If at any point any momentum comes in, I'll add to the trade, but for now it's just dead, bro. There's no volume. The point of control shifted lower. I don't think we're going to come back to 70s today. This certainly just looks like we're going to trade around here, maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher, but not much anywhere else. Yeah, bull's gonna wake up. Yeah, I know. They're hibernating, man. Volume tapered out the lows. They just need a push. Yeah, even if a relief back to the prior day, that's what I'm targeting, right? It's like a very simple trade. Like, it's a very bare minimum that they should be able to do that, but I don't know. There's no volume. I think my assumption is any volume kicks in at any point, and I can see the momentum start to kind of tinker in. I'll definitely add to the trade because it's going to be the most obvious backtest area that the bulls are going to aim for. But for now, it's just dead, bro. Like, just completely decimated volume. I don't know what happened. I'll be pissed if they flush the current low and run it up. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, not uncommon for them to do something like that, you know? It's fucking annoying. $8.30, euro close, still no volume. Terrible. Yeah, that's the current value or low too. And it's the low from Friday. It's Friday's little range. It's right here at the 40s. They're doing what the bears are doing what they need to keep price down. In a micro rally, definitely. Yeah. They can just hold over that area minimum. But no conviction, to be honest. So that's a far-fetched dream right now based on the current context. If that shifts, that's definitely possible. Same thing with the NQ. And honestly, the NQ is just holding a parabolic leg down. The fact that it can't even reclaim the first standard deviation is very telling on how strong the move down is on the NQ. And the Dow too. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. What a piece of shit. It was doing really well the past few weeks. Today it's actually taking a dump with everything else. But there's an underlying strength. So the Dow, although it's down, there's still underlying segments that are green on the Dow. It's not like all the sectors are red, it's just a few, which is Mag 7. Let me check a look again. Yeah, it's just Mag 7, some of them. Apple's green, Microsoft's green. It's consumer staples. I mean, it's a weird sell, honestly. It's a very weird sell. Because a lot of the sectors are still green. The thing is that it's just such a concentrated sell-off. Like, a lot of things that are red are very red. I think that's part of the problem. That whatever is red is definitely highly red. So here's an example. So check this out. Pretty balanced, nothing crazy. Then you go to the NASDAQ, you see all the bleeding. Like whatever is red is just significantly red. There's no like in between. This whole sector is red. These are also red, memory. So it's part of the issue. It's like there's bright redness throughout. And then the things that are green are holding pretty good. I mean, look at this. But, you know, it's a balance. We're back inside the chop of the entire range from last week, essentially. That's all it is. We'll see if they rally the chips at any point. If they do, they'll get a relief bounce that I'm looking for. There goes my stop. Yeah, it takes me. I'm done for the day, honestly. I'm not going to really trade this. The volume is so slow. I can't. I'm not willing to trade anything else here anymore. Not worth it if the volume is going to be this slow. Because then that means like any impulse moves in the opposite direction will probably be muted, or not really as big as I would like, so to speak. It's not worth the risk if we do end up getting any areas to trade below. I'll just probably call it a day. No idea. I don't know them. They're getting momentum here. See if it holds. If this little pop ends up being something of significance or not. The tape woke up a little bit, not even a lot, just enough to notice a change in tempo. See if the tempo starts to accelerate as we get above the IB. It's noteworthy, but not like crazy. It's more volume and activity, more activity than we've got in the last freaking what, hour since 7:30. Let's see what this does. Again, I'm willing a bit more if it does hold. Yeah, the NQ can get above this area right here. Okay, getting a bid. I'll buy some more. There it is. Three, and all of them are lined up. Yeah, so I added more right there. We'll see if this momentum's real or not. We got some buy side, but it's, again, we don't really have momentum. The NQ needs to get above that first standard deviation, which is what, like 320s or so. Needs to do that and hold, and we'll test. And then the S&P will likely have room to test that area again, the 46s, and then we see. Right now it did like a small failed breakdown of these lows right here. Right, like all these lows, they did a small failed breakdown of it. I'm not sure if there's a real one or if it's just a trap, but I took it based on that momentum picking up, just enough to get me interested, but not enough to really give me conviction. NQ's holding about that first standard deviation. That's that little alert you're getting. If it can push through, I'll probably be conservative and take some at 47s just to be sure. The value area low is right here at 45s. So we'll see. I'm hovering over it just to take profit here if it does. It's okay. Momentum's coming in. I'm taking it on the momentum. I don't trust them. You know, that's part of the problem is like I don't trust the bulls because they just haven't been present all morning. This is not their auction, at least not as of today. I'm okay with taking profits early. Are pretty tight. There's another set right there. This took a few hours. See, this is why we started doing other stuff in the background. There's just no point in watching the market and getting frustrated or being annoyed with it. And that's what I was doing. I was getting annoyed. It wasn't moving. And there's honestly no reason for me to stay glued to it if it's not going to be rewarding me. Even though I know this trade I'm looking for is valid, or at least interesting for me. And I'll just kind of like wait for it to set up. And then it started to tick up a little bit the last few minutes. I added to the trade and now we're scaling here. And trying to get conservative scales because I still don't trust the bulls. My expectations are still pretty low. I still have a good size of it, more than half of the position still, because I got up to 15 micros at some point. Got this one here. The goal is pretty much just to more or less scalp the range and see if they can push back into this morning's range at any point. There you go, scale more. And then we'll hold half the position or the 5 lots for the 50 area. In case it's a real move. And then I'll have 3 more lots for higher prices. This took a few hours. Took an hour and some time to get going. I don't even know if it's going yet, to be honest. I just know that it's given me enough room to be able to execute some of the scales. And again, I said I would add if we got momentum on the tape. That's exactly what we got. Four nines. I'll take it here. 4-9. Don't play with me, bro. You sit. Fucking annoying. Alright, there you go. I have just a small runner now. Alright, that's it for now. I have a few more lots I need to unload, and we'll do that based on what happens here at the 50s. This is the tell for me, what happens. So the momentum is just dried up. You see what I mean? This is why I don't trust them. They did the push. The only thing they can do is two things from here. They can either hold, or they can get more momentum and start pushing. That's it. If neither of those things happen, this thing fades back in. They're testing the neckline of the breakout from earlier. Right here. If it holds below this little lot, this area, it's not going to continue, right? Because they're... Shoot, it's way too thick. Here. Where am I at? Where's VWAP at? 63? Yeah, that'd be pretty much the target. 63. Put the target for the runner at 61 and go from there. Just let this team play out. Not much to do now. Now for sure I'm done. Like, I don't really need to do anything else anymore. For sure this is like the end in terms of like what else I need to do. I need to do nothing besides just hold the trade I have and just monitor the price action as we reclaim or push into these highs. That's all for me. That's all there is for me left to do. I'm targeting 54, so it's a great target. Let me look at my profile. There is a B profile here, right underneath the value area from last week, their high volume node from last week. I'm testing my patience. Hey man, you have a target, nothing wrong with it, you know. I think you're at, what's that, the RTH value VWAP? Yeah, the RTH VWAP was at 53.25. You might actually get the fill. I wouldn't be surprised if they tap into the RTH VWAP, which is right there at 53.25, near your target. Where's the NQ at? I need to add an RTH VWAP on NQ too, probably. See if I have it. Full session, what's this? Full session one. I have two full session ones? Why? Let's see. Oh, this is value area. What the heck? We'll just duplicate this one. And then we'll anchor this one to start trying to say yes. No. Then we'll remove these. This would be a different color. RTH. Right? No, it's not RTH. I didn't anchor it right. Nope. I might need to make it into... I'm going to need a reference chart for this. So this is not going to work. I need to open another NQ chart to make a reference. Alright. Unless there's one here. No, there's no custom study. Okay, let me do this somewhere else. It's not in the way. Okay, very cool. See if they can fill the structure in and hold this area. Minimum, they gotta hold 46 is the prior higher low, right? We rejected here, bounced off of it, rejected, rejected, trying to accept. See if they accept. If they do, my assumption is like around here, and then from there, next stair step up. and then we go from there. So again, it's stair-stepping expectations based on whatever structure can form. Right now, the bare minimum is to hold this area, and if they do, they probably stair-step to 54. If they do, hold here, stair-step to VWAP. If they hold there, stair-step into the opening area. I don't know if that's possible. I just know that that's what I would look for. Like structure compounding over the next one. Anywho, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm just down to a runner and we'll let this thing kind of play out. Yep, no thanks. I'll see you, man. Thank you guys. CFH, see Mr. CCW. I hope the ads and the scales made sense. You know, when I started to add on the momentum print, it was very minor. But that's why I have the DOM. Again, this is one of the reasons I like having the DOM. I can see when the momentum starts to pick in a little bit, just a tad. Not always a tell, but it's always an indication of a regime shift. But hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.